With Bitcoin, which hit $35,000 today for the first time since last May. Shocking upward climb, up more than 100% so far this year. Could be Bitcoin ETF hopes. Dom, it could even be Tom Emmer, who is actually seen as crypto supportive if he becomes House Speaker. We'll see. That's a big if. Stocks in the crypto universe like Coinbase seeing some pretty huge gains this week.
And it's not just that. If you take a look at the way Bitcoin is traded, there's always been this case to be made that it's always trading on technicals, the chart patterns, kind of the historical way it's done in the past. All of a sudden, you're interjecting what might be fundamental catalysts, right? Regulatory type situations, legal situations, flows into mutual funds and that sort of thing. So it's something to keep an eye on.
Absolutely.
Welcome back, rebels, financial heretics, and thought criminals. The world's in a bit of a pickle.
Big reveal. I'm a pickle. What do you think about that? I turned myself into a pickle.
Governments are piling up debt like it's going out of fashion, and Wall Street is in a tumult. Yet amidst the chaos, Bitcoin stands tall, piercing through the economic gloom with a whopping $35,000 surge. Hey, we get a lot to cover. The bull's back, baby. Let's get it. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin therapist here. So, Bitcoin shocking the world. It's climbed over 100% this year in the middle of the bear market. Hey, if you've been listening to Simply Bitcoin, you know all these things. 1. Spot Bitcoin ETF, en route, grayscale case, dub, BlackRock, weird endorsement, but we'll take it. FASB accounting changes, big deal, especially according to GigaChad. Nation state adoption, growing and winning massively in El Salvador. US debt, well, losing massively, 33.6 trillion. Not looking good there. But if we break it down, Bitcoin has not just survived, it's thrived, skyrocketing 100% in a year. And what's fueling this financial ferocity? Well, the Bitcoin therapist nails it. It's the fundamentals. Hey, it's not just us proclaiming this new dawn. Industry titans like Michael Saylor are heralding a new bull on Wall Street, and it's dawned in Bitcoin. That thing looks dope.
Bitcoin is an asset class. And that's a major revolution. If Fidelity and BlackRock and if 10 other ETF issuers all agree that Bitcoin is an asset class, right, it should be 10x to 100x bigger than it is right now.
And what do you hear what the former SEC chairman just said? Yes, former SEC chairman Jay Clayton echoes the sentiment, stating Bitcoin ETF, not a matter of if, but when, and the market is listening, responding with a crescendo of faith in the hardest money ever created or discovered.
Which is a commodity, CFTC, SEC agree, they've all been decided. So the questions that were, what I would say, and so doubt in my mind, look, I was not comfortable approving a Bitcoin ETF when those questions were open. But you know, I think now they've been decided.
You would echo what she said, that it's totally illogical that it hasn't been done yet.
Right. I would echo what she said. And I don't know whether Bitcoin's going to be worth a lot or a little, but we're at a point where the market can decide.
But Jim,
as it flirts with 35K globally, Bitcoin celebrates a triple crown, hitting all-time highs in Argentina, Nigeria, and Turkey. This is Bitcoin, the silent roar against inflation, standing tall in opposition to state currency depreciation, which in turn is state theft. The echo of the revolutionary tide is resonating across the financial sphere. Check this out. Bitwise Invest makes its grand entrance at the New York Stock Exchange, possibly heralding a new era of digital finance. And also, Bitcoin is just everywhere, as you can see here. And this came from James Seifert, I believe, Newark Airport, flashing Bitcoin in grayscale. The marketing blitzes are about to go full steam. You know what that means. Guys, check out Preston Pish right here. Goat worthiness. Don't forget this. The clairvoyance among us, like Preston, saw this coming, calling the Bitcoin bottom back in November. Now let's zoom in so you can actually see it. All right, here we go. My 2022 FCFs are now fully deployed into Bitcoin. All coins off exchanges. We know where the price goes from here. The hatch is buttoned down. Stay safe out there. And that goes back to November 18th when the bull run actually kicked off. We haven't really even gotten to this, but the halving is on the horizon. Bitcoin scarcity is about to hit a new level. Demand skyrockets, supply dwindles. It's the classic tale of economic allure. Hey, I know it's pamp, but hey, even the mainstream media is catching the Bitcoin bug. CNBC dedicated a chunk of airtime to discuss the fundamentals of Bitcoin amid its 20% increase in like a week. I like this thread from MDBTC. It's not about the mere price predictions. It's about a fundamental shift in financial paradigms as Bitcoin supply dwindles, the price ascends. It's simple, yet profoundly disruptive. Then the decoupling, Bitcoin becoming the safe haven. As we can see, gold's appeal wanes as the ETFs begin to rise, signaling signaling the shift towards absolute scarcity amid the ETF launch. But despite the bullishness on gold, Bitcoin is showing strength. And as Bloomberg here says, hinting at maturation, whatever that means. In the meantime, we check in on Clown World. Fiat, it's not doing good. Again, the perfect storm is building for Bitcoin, not just the ETFs, but this calamity, the continued failures, the central planners stealing and bankrupting you all. It's a great advertisement for Bitcoin. It makes them irrelevant. But here, US banks battling $650 billion in unrealized losses. That comes from Moody's. So we got the fall of gold's appeal, the unveiling of fiat's frailty, and then the CNBC anchor's bullish foresight right here. Dude's so orange-pilled, but he says, you ain't seen nothing yet. Just wait for the halving.
For this, yes.
Andrew.
But I also understand where
Prepare.
I know.
Prepare for the halving. The halving is coming.
I feel like I'm on the leftovers.
What is the? And I love Bitcoin. I'm kidding around about it. I think it's great.
Oh yes, they all come around eventually. Let's go back to Forbes' about face on Bitcoin's demise. The narrative is shifting, the tide is turning, and the future, my friends, is being rewritten. The message is loud and clear. Bitcoin isn't some passing cloud, it's a storm, and it's reshaping the financial landscape as the US debt clock ticks menacingly at 33.6, 33.7 trillion. Bitcoin emerges as the beacon of hope, a silent protest against the reckless abandon of the traditional financial and political systems. Hey, and we know history is rife with examples of the state taking people's personal property. Make sure you're securing your Bitcoin the right way, and no better place to get started than the Bitcoin Way. Your IT team in the Bitcoin world, Simply Bitcoin Originals, are powered by the Bitcoin Way. They are currently promoting their privacy-focused collaborative custody. But hey guys, wherever you are in your Bitcoin journey, the Bitcoin Way can help you with wallet nodes, inheritance planning, accepting Bitcoin payments, as we mentioned, multi-sig, collaborative custody, and more. They've got you covered. Schedule a free 30-minute call today using that link below. But hey guys, be sure to like, share this Sound Money Gospel, subscribe, set those notifications because we get a lot more content coming this weekend. Again, we come at you every day, whether it be news, culture, education. We're covering all the bases, and make sure to follow us on Twitter where we're getting out all the breaking news. Follow Simply Bitcoin, and we will be your guide through the peaceful Bitcoin revolution. Let's send it out with Dylan LeClair. We have an immutable digital scarce asset, and that's the real story. There is no second best. I'll catch you all tomorrow. Peace.
What's behind the Bitcoin skyrocket here?
Hey, thanks for having me. Yeah, I mean, everybody loves to look at the BlackRock grayscale headlines. Obviously, an ETF has been something that's been talked about in these circles for years, and it's finally happening. But really, this is just Bitcoin doing its thing, right? I mean, if you're looking at 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, 1 year, Bitcoin supply has never been more tightly held. Anybody that's been dollar cost averaging, despite Bitcoin being down, 52% from its all-time high, anybody that's ever dollar cost averaged at any date is in the green today, right? So, you're looking at across this investment landscape, the risk-free asset in all of the investment landscape, the U.S. Treasury bond is down more from its all-time high than Bitcoin, right? So there's a lot of narrative violations going on. And I think the ETFs and the headlines obviously are the thing that people like to talk about. But there's much more going on here, and it's the same thing that Bitcoin proponents have been hammering home time and time again. We have an immutable, digitally scarce asset, and that's the real story, and that's why Larry Fink and BlackRock and those types are very much interested.